I recently just came across a post by Max Brown that said, as a former 5-star quarterback, if I could give one piece of advice to parents of athletes and athletes, this is what it would be. Hey, welcome back. Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. So Max Brown, he says, if I could give one piece of advice to parents of athletes and athletes as a former 5-star quarterback, this is what it would be. And it was really some great advice. And it came down to taking care of your mental game, getting a mental development coach, getting a sports psychologist, whatever it might be, to work with the athletes. They put so much time, money, and effort into the physical aspect of their sport, but they neglect the mental game. And he talked about his experiences with that. Well, because we run the Confident Athlete program, and that's exactly what we work on, that was really intriguing to me. So first of all, check out the Confident Athlete program, confidentathleteprogram.com/membership, and go to see what that's all about. But what I did is I got hold of Max, and I had the opportunity to interview him. And the full interview is going to be on the Jeff Heggie Show coming up. It's an excellent interview. He's doing some great things. You need to follow him on social media. He's doing great stuff there as well. But today I want to share with you what he talked about in that social media post and just have him expand on that a little bit. So listen to this and I'll be back in a moment.
But then you got talking about the importance of investing in a sports psychologist or a mental coach earlier rather than later. And you went into a few of the reasons why. So let's talk about that a little bit. Do you want to talk about why you think that needs to happen for athletes?
Certainly. Yeah, that video, and I'll just kind of give the synopsis of what I was saying on that video is, investing in a mental coach is great for two reasons. The first is well documented, and I think the sports world's come a long way in the past, call it 5 to 7 years. And that's just, hey, lay the foundation for success, right? Lay the foundation for tools and tactics for bettering yourself. Which is, I wouldn't say fairly obvious, but much more mainstream nowadays than maybe where it was when I played a decade ago. But the second reason, I think this is a big one. And as a 5-star guy myself with tons of expectations, I was arguing that, hey, if I was a parent, I would invest in that mental coach long before you need it. If you know your kid's on a path towards athletic success, even academic success, musical success, art success, whatever it is, you know that they are choosing a path that they are going to deal with public scrutiny. They are going to deal with expectations. They're going to deal with all of those emotions that come. Invest in it early, because here's what happens. And I've seen it every single time. I actually have not seen it the other way around. Every athlete that I play with in college, they choose to see a sports psychologist once shit hits the fan in their career, as I say, right? They're benched, they got hurt, they're not playing the way they want to, the coach isn't on their side, whatever the reason is, scrutiny, whatever it is, that's the point that they say, all right, I need to see a professional, which is great. That's much, much better than the alternative. But what happens there is within that inner circle, within their family, friends, parents especially, it becomes a whole thing that, oh, Max is struggling, so Max had to see a mental performance specialist, coach, whatever it might be. And because it becomes a thing, in my personal experience and what I've observed from others, it can lead to more anxiety, more pressure, and more overthinking, overanalyzing as a result of it being a thing, versus if I, in my scenario, said, all right, Max, I know I'm on a path to, being a big time quarterback. Let me invest in a sports psychologist my sophomore year in high school, just like I did a private quarterback coach. Then when, hey, it's going to happen at some point. For me, it happened my freshman year of college, where I said, all right, I need to seek some help. I'm not playing the way I want to. Then at that point, if I had started earlier, this is just part of my process, just like a coach, just like a weightlifting coach. And it wouldn't have become such a thing. For me, just personally inside, it led to, I think, a lot of, or more anxiety and overthinking than it may have needed to have.
Yeah. What you said there, just like a weightlifting coach, just like a whatever coach, that's really one of the things we focus on. Is we say, you put so much time, money, and effort into the physical aspect of your sport, but the mental game is just as important, but it's often the part that's neglected. But it's also what can really keep you going, can advance you, what you're going to do, or it's going to separate you from someone that's equally talented, but you've got that mental edge. So, and I'm sure you saw it a lot at your level too.
And it's such a fine line, because I would like to think in high school I was as confident of a kid as they come, self-assured. I would like to think I was not cocky, but very, I felt like this was my mission. And I think at that time, a lot of kids, they don't want to see the mental coach because they don't even want to entertain the fact that things could ever go wrong. And parents and coaches, they don't ever want to put that bad mojo in them in any regard. But I think the people that have been down that path, and I'm hopeful that people listen to my story and say, you know what, hey, maybe my son or daughter is a little bit like Max when he was a sophomore in college. I'm telling you this right now. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before, even if you're LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, and your career is going to be one for the ages, even those guys need the mental help. So it's only a matter of time. I would say get out of the connotation that you're too good for it, or I don't want that bad mojo. It doesn't even need to be looked at that way. It can certainly be looked at through a context of, I'm just trying to level up my game, just like I would my throwing motion or my body, just like you were saying.
All right. Thanks, Max. Like I said, this is exactly what we're talking about in the Confident Athlete program and why we think it's so important for athletes to go through this program. And one of the things that we talked about in the interview that wasn't shown here was everything that we teach in the Confident Athlete program are the same things that these athletes are going to take later on in their lives to help them be great people, be great employers, be great employees, be great husbands, wives, whatever it might be. But these are the things that are going to help them throughout their entire lives. So go to confidentathleteprogram.com/membership and check that out. But the mental game, just like he was saying, just like you need a weightlifting coach, just like you need any coach, you need your mental coach. And this goes beyond athletics as well. So pay attention to it. See what you need to do. If you really want to take things to the next level, take this serious. Thanks for being with me. I'll be back on Friday.
Who you surround yourself with really does matter. The people you associate with and spend time with have a huge impact on who you become and what you do in your life. Hi, my name is Jeff Heggie, and I want to tell you about my Inner Circle Mastermind group. This is a group that's designed to surround you with like-minded high achievers who will help you to think bigger and amplify the performance of your business and your life while tearing down all the barriers that are holding you back. A mastermind is the fastest way to get you to the next level. If you're ready to network and connect with other successful entrepreneurs and influencers, go to coachheggie.com/mastermind. Athletes put a lot of time, money, and effort into the physical aspect of their sport, but they often neglect the mental game. And the mental game, it's just as important as the physical. In fact, it's often the differentiating factor between good and great athletes. If you really want to reach your full potential, if you want to be a great athlete, you've got to pay attention to the mental game. Now, come and join us in the Confident Athlete program, where you're going to learn how to develop powerful mindset, extreme self-confidence, and really take your game to the next level. Come and check us out at confidentathleteprogram.com/membership.